everybody doing? Give yourself a hand right now. Listen, this is 1247, the Great One. Just call me 12 for short, just 12. And this is Starting Over Father with a Dream podcast. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, I'm feeling good. Show number 2 today. I'm getting it in, man. And here's a little clip that I play. I had to my own little clip, man. This is I want you gentlemen, especially listen to this, man. Check this out. I said something profound, and I had to go back and clip this out. Check this out. Probably talking about your dream and your passion comes first. I'll say it again. How are you gentlemen creating families? How are you creating whole situations? You got a wife and kids or whatever, your child's mother, whatever it is. How are you creating that type of situation? You gentlemen don't even know what your purpose is. Uh-oh. You gentlemen don't even know what your purpose is, but you're creating families. How does that work? How does that work, gentlemen? You don't even know what you even exist. You don't even know what is your passion? How are you creating a family? Do you have a passion for anything? I'm pretty sure you do, because every man has a passion to do something. Either be small, big, doesn't matter. If it sounds silly or not, gentlemen, every last one of you, I don't care how old you are, have a passion to do something. So what are you creating? Yeah. Give myself a hand. Give myself a hand. It says something profound. I gotta make a part 2. I gotta make an episode 2, man. Gentlemen, listen. That's the title of my episode today. Listen. A man who has not found his purpose should never create a family. Let's rewind that again. A man who has not found his purpose should never be creating a family. We got to get into it today, gentlemen, because it's high time that, gentlemen, we got to take responsibility. If we are going to be the leaders, now, once again, this is not to any particular group of men, right? Even though I'm labeled as a so-called African American here in America, I'm not talking to any specific demographic of men. I'm talking to all men across the board. I don't care where you are in the world. If you have not found your purpose, you should never be creating a family, ever. You have not found yourself. You don't even have, once again, I talked about that foundation in my first episode. You gentlemen don't even have a foundation for your family to even stand on. You gentlemen don't even have a foundation for your family to even stand upon. So, gentlemen, you have doomed your whole entire family because you haven't even you haven't done self-discovery. You had no idea what you're here to do. You had no idea what you've been put on earth to do. You had no idea. You're just out here existing, and you got the nerve to create a family. I'll say it again. You haven't even found yourself, and you have the nerve to create a family. You are selfish, my friend. You, my friend, are selfish. You don't know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're supposed to do, but you're out here, got the nerve to put your seed in a female, and you're going to create another basically worthless generation just like you. Oh yeah, we getting into it today. You haven't discovered your worth. So it means if you haven't discovered your worth, gentlemen, then you are worthless. Let's rewind that. If you, my friend, have not discovered your own worth, you have not done your soul searching, you just out here drifting, you just banging and slinging out, God knows what you're doing, and you got the nerve to put your seed into a female, you are a worthless man to me. You are worthless because you haven't even found worth yet. But you got the nerve to not to do the not to do the inner working within you, but you're going to sit there and put a seed into a female based upon God knows what. Oh, you're tall, dark in hands. I don't know, gentlemen. I don't know. You might have money, a little bit money in your pocket, but you're going to put a seed into a female. Now you're going to create a whole worthless generation. And that's what's going on in today's society, especially here in America. Worthless upon worthless generations are being created because men like you and I haven't discovered our own worth. You have not discovered your worth. So you are creating worthless generations. Gentlemen, when does that stop? When does that stop? When does that stop? Once again, gentlemen, I told you in the first episode, every man needs a purpose, a SOP, standards of operations and procedures. And the third man needs is vision. Where is he headed to? But the first and foremost, gentlemen, you need a foundation, which is your purpose, which is why do you exist? You can't live. How the thing is, you've been put into this. You're here. We are all here for a reason. What is your reason? How are you, gentlemen, creating families and you haven't even discovered yourself yet? You have not even discovered yourself yet. And you're going to create a family based upon what, gentlemen? Based upon what? What kind of legacy are you going to build with your family when you don't even know who you are? You don't know what you've been put here to do. You don't know anything about anything, but you're going to somehow start some type of family. Why would you want to put your children and this female, your child's mother, wife, fiance? Why would you put these individuals in that type of tornado? They don't know what you. So every single day is a different day for you. Every day, and I get it. And here in America, I get it. Some women complain that men don't have their stuff together, and how are we gonna follow you and you still out here drifting? And I get it. I get it because that's true. That's true. A lot of these men, especially here in America, man, a whole bunch of drifting going on. You just see it, drift, drift. You drive down the street, you see a whole bunch of drifting going on. No legacy, no wherewithal, no nothing. You just a mindless drone. Once again, somebody points you here, you go here. Somebody points you over there, you go this. Somebody points you back, and you go back. Somebody points forward, you go forward, up and down. You all over the place, gentlemen. And you got the nerve to put a seed into a female. You're selfish, man. Hold up a second. You're selfish as. I'm not gonna do any cursing, but yeah, you're selfish as. That's selfish of you to put your worthless seed into this female, not knowing that you don't even know yourself. You're worthless. Straight up and down, you're worthless. And everything that comes from you is worthless. Once again, I don't want to call anybody's child worthless, but you, my friend, you don't know your worth, which means you're worthless. And what comes from you, including your seed, will also be worthless. I don't care if I hurt feelings. I don't care if I step on toes, legs, arm. I don't care. You, my friend, are worthless because you have not found your worth. As we say in the basketball court, you just big for nothing. But then some. But now you got your man unit, and you putting all this worthless seeds into all these different women, and you're creating another worthless generation. It starts with you. That's why I said all the time. You guys go to my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, the 124 1247, the great one on YouTube. You guys go in there. I say it all the time. I'm no longer going to point the finger at any female ever. It starts with you, men, first. You have not discovered yourself. You haven't discovered your worth. And you out here spreading seed around because you a man, creating worthless generations. Worthless. How you gonna teach a child worth when you don't even know yours? Uh-oh. You don't even know your worth. So how you gonna teach? How are you going to teach a child something that you don't know yourself, my friend? And once again, I don't care how much money you got in the bank. I don't care how many cars you got. I don't care how many degrees. I don't care about any of that stuff. You are a worthless man. You're just a tool, my friend. You are just a tool. And guys like that need to stay the hell away from me. You are worthless. Worthless. You speak worthless. You think worthless. Your actions are worthless because you refuse to do the inner work. You refuse to do that soul searching. You don't want to disconnect. You want to be part of the in crowd. I see so many guys trying to be part of the in crowd. You join all these different groups and you join this, you join that because you're trying to fit in. No, my friend, maybe it's good for you to stand out. Your worth may not be in your worth. You might have more worth on the outside than on the inside. Have you ever tried that? Oh, but now you don't want to be talked about. You don't want to be laughed at. Then, gentlemen, it is what it is. Like, don't come around me like you some big bad dude. No, you're just a worthless little boy. And to try to prove your manhood, you got to spread your seed out all over the place. Uh-oh. That's what little boys do. A man who hasn't done his soul searching has no idea why he even exists. That's why you spread your seed around all over the place because you had no worth. See, if you had worthy seed, man, okay, I'm going there. If you had worthy seed, you wouldn't put your seed into everybody. If you knew your worth, you would not put your seed into every female that walks along your way. But you don't know your worth, and that's why you're putting your seed into every freaking body. You're very selfish, my friend. And you're bringing forth worthless children into this world. This is why you worthless men are so quick to pass your children on to school, pass your children over here and do this and do that, do this. You don't create nothing with your children. You create nothing with these babies. Nothing. You create nothing with them. You pass them out to a teacher. You pass them out to a coach. Pass them out here and there, and here you go. You just run around like a little boy. All day you run around like a little boy because you're worthless. You, my friend, should not be creating a family and do your future children an injustice. That's crazy. You got to prove your manhood by spreading your seed around, but you don't even know your worth. Creating worthless upon worthless generations. So you create a worthless generation, and what do you think their children going to do? What do you think the baby's going to do? Unless somebody gets a hold of them, unless somebody gets a hold of them, some type of teacher, some type of mentor or something, and gets that child to separate from the crowd and things of that nature. But that's going to be a lot of work. Once again, a teacher shouldn't have to do that. A mentor or coach shouldn't have to do that. A father should do that. A father should be creating with his children. I'll say it again. A father should be creating with his children. You should not depend upon school. You should not depend upon anybody else but yourself to create the legacy with your child. Too many times I see these fathers, give their sons off to these different teams. There's nothing wrong with playing sports. There's nothing wrong with that. But what if you took that same time with your child and created something? How further you guys would be. And this is why I got to break the just generational curse of just passing your kids out to this team, passing your kids off to this club, passing your kids out to him and her, and giving your babies to everybody else. But you yourself, my friend, are still in little boy mode. You're still in little boy mode. I don't care how old you are. You could be 50, 60, 70, 80. You're still a little boy in your mind. You're still a child. Heard too many times, well, I did the best. No, you didn't do the best. I don't want to hear that. You create with your child. That's the best. You don't have to have all the money in the world. You create. Once you create, people talk about legacy all the time. Oh, legacy this and legacy. Okay, fine, gentlemen. You creating a legacy by yourself? Are them babies? Are you creating a legacy with your babies too, or is it just all about you? Well, I gotta get to the bag and I gotta do this. I. Okay, so what about them babies, man? But I forgot you're worthless because you're still trying to find yourself. You're still trying to find yourself. This is why you chasing all the time. See, you don't need to chase. You should be attracting, actually. Uh-oh. You should be attracting, not chasing, my friend. But if you'd have known your worth, you don't need to be chasing. So you create. That's what I tell one of my sayings goes. You create the reality that you want. And you create that reality with your children also. But you got to know your worth, gentlemen. You got to know your worth. You got to know your worth, my friend. It's not the other way around. You don't chase, then somehow you're gonna find your worth. No, John, that's not how it works. You find your worth and you attract the things that you desire. Find that purpose, that foundation. The foundation is the worth. The worth is the foundation. Why do you exist, my friend? You have something. You're here to do something, my friend. You're here to do something. You need to find that, my friend. You don't need to be running around, running after this and running after her. And too many guys, I see too many guys chasing after females all day. It's funny because uh, when I was in Japan, when I was locked in to the modeling and to the acting and things I was doing, man, I let all them girls go. Guys still out there chasing around, man. I stopped doing all that stuff. I got locked in, man. And when I got here, I let all that stuff go. I let all that hard work and all that stuff. I was focused and all that stuff. I let all that stuff go because everybody was once again. I was around worthless people. Even though these guys had their degrees, you're still worthless because you have no idea what you've been here to do. So I'm doing the same thing these worthless guys don't. See, I had the vision, I had the SOP and all that stuff when I came back to the States. But the thing is, I put all that on the shelf because I don't want to look like the eyeball. I didn't want to, everybody else going to the club. I didn't want to be at home and trying to get this done, trying to, lock it down and just focus on this, focus on that. No, I want to be in the club right with them. So I took my dreams and my purpose, the SOP and the vision. I took all that and put that on the shelf and went out there and got worth, and it was worthless just like them. It was worthless. Chasing after this girl and this pretty face and that pretty face and that nice body and that nice body. I spent all them years and thousands of dollars, man. Man, if I'd take all that money I spent in them clubs and put into my dreams and the visions and things I want to do, man, and just shut everybody down, like, what, I'm just gonna get to it. But once again, it's taken me 15 years ever since the end of '07 to now. So you talking about, almost 16 years I've been out, 15 and a half years I've been out the military. So it took me 15 and a half years to get to where I'm at now. So, you got to learn. So let me give myself a hand. I learned those lessons. Had to find yourself. You know, you gotta be like the Bible says, the prodigal son. Sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom to find yourself. Gentlemen, you can find yourself any day of the week. But until you do that, gentlemen, you don't need to be creating any type of family with anybody, with no female. That's not fair to her. It's not gonna be fair to your future generations because you don't know your worth. You don't know it. You don't know it. Too many guys I've seen, the educated guys, I've seen all types of guys still worthless because you had no idea what you're here to do. Running here and doing this and doing that. I've seen all the, I've been from millionaires to like I said, I was uh, homeless for 3 months. So I've seen the top of the top and I've seen the low of the low. I've been in every spectrum of man scale there is. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. It doesn't matter if you have millions of dollars or you picking out the trash can. Worth is worth. It doesn't matter how much money you make. Right? I know there's net worth, right? That's the money you accumulate. You know, what's your net worth. Okay, I get it. But there's more to worth than just coins, assets. What about your mindset? What about your purpose? That has to do with worth, right? You can spend years making money. I know plenty of guys spend years making money, but they still don't know their worth. They're still out here running and drifting and doing all types of childish stuff. Got to get the newest this, the newest that, and the newest this, and the latest this, and the latest that. That's what to me. There's nothing. And here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with having these luxury items. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm not going to knock anybody who gets that stuff. But that's not what life is about, in my eye. I don't chase these things. I don't chase the bag. I don't chase bags. I create the bag. Uh-oh. I create the bag. The bag chases me. I don't chase any bag. But in order to have that type of mindset, you got to know what you're here to do. That foundation. Gentlemen, if you want to be a better man in society, you got to do some soul searching, gentlemen. You got to do some serious soul searching. You're here for, listen, gentlemen, you are in this existence for a reason. Your foundation to do something. Find that out. And the thing is, gentlemen, you got to, I got to go back to one of my old episodes. I talked about it on my other podcast. Gentlemen, it, you can't be scared to be laughed at. And that's what a lot of men deal with, the finding the worth. Gentlemen, you can't be afraid to get laughed at. If people going to laugh at you, let them people laugh at you. Some of you guys are afraid to be yourself. You guys got all these ideas running through your head, but you're so afraid because you're afraid that your so-called your compadre or your partner over here is going to make fun of you. Oh, if I start doing this, if I really start to get into the things that I want to do, people going to look at me weird. Okay, well, once again, you're going to be somebody's tool, or you're going to be about purpose. So whatever somebody else tells you to do, you're gonna be running around doing whatever somebody else tells you to do. Okay, but what have you been put into this existence to do? Because you have something to do. And the thing is, only you can do it. Uh-oh. Nobody else can do what you're supposed to do. The God, universe, ancestors, I don't know who y'all believe in. You've been put into this reality to do something, and only you can do it the way that you're supposed to do it. I'm pretty sure there's many a podcast out here. But my thing is to get at you, men. I'm giving it to you the way that it was given to me. I'm giving out to you. I don't know. I don't watch everybody else and see what everybody else does, but this is part of my purpose. It's to get at you men, to get to revive you men. You men have purpose, which is your dream. The dream is the purpose. The purpose is the dream. That's the foundation of any society, community, nation, whatever. Is a man's purpose. It doesn't matter how silly it may sound. If it's in your head, gentlemen, you're supposed to bring it out. I'll say it again. If it's in your head, you're supposed to bring it out. You're not supposed to let these things just sit around. You're not supposed to let these thoughts just in your head and, oh, I got dreams. And the thing is, I've seen too many men, too many older men in my family and people around me. Hell, you can drive down the street and see all these older men, these older homeless men. You know how many dreams that man had? If you talk to that homeless guy, he would sit there and break it all down. Man, I had a dream of making this. I had a dream of this invention. I had a dream of opening this type of restaurant. So what happened, my friend? You were too afraid of what somebody gonna say. You too afraid of what your parents might say. You too afraid of this. You too afraid of that. It's like when we used to work at the post office. I tell people all the time. I tell you guys, my post office, the 1247 came from a post office route, right? So it was 12-47. I used to work in a BML carrier back in Alexandria, Virginia. The post office was called Lincolnia. Lincolnia Post Office in 1247 was actually my post office route. So I took that post office route and I came up with many different businesses from, that post office route, right? And the thing was, I only did post, it wasn't even 2 years. It wasn't even 2 years. I did that particular 1247 route for about 11 months. And I got these ideas and stuff like that. When I start putting stuff out, then it was, it was time to go. I had a guy that I used to be cool with. He had an exterminating business, and I resigned from the post office and things of that nature. But it's funny, when I resigned in when was that? 2016. It's 2016. I think, yeah, August. I think it's August or July of 2016. So I handed in my paperwork. I handed in my my letter of resignation, and telling people, hey, it's about to move on. It's time to move on to that and the third. It's funny how all those older people that were there in the post office were telling me, hey, man, I should have done this. Man, I wanted to do what you did like 20 years ago, but I was afraid. I'm like, wow. It wasn't like one. It was a couple of guys come to me like, man, I wanted to do this because my brother. It was one Asian guy. He was, I can't think of his name. Can't think of what route he was. He was a real cool guy. Real cool guy. He's the first one that trained me when I got to that particular post office. And he was like, yeah, me and my brother, I wanted to open up what did he say? Some type of shop. I don't know if it was a computer business or I can't, computer shop or something it was. But he said him and his brother had the idea to open up some type of business. I can't remember what it was, but like 25 years ago. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. Another guy said the same thing. Yeah, me and it was another guy too. So the Asian guy had some type of business. Another guy was talking about him and his somebody wanted to open up something to do with cars. I don't know, maybe some type of tire business or something like that. Tires, because used tires and stuff like that. It was something like that on that line. It was, him and another guy, and it was lady came up to me, said the same thing. It was, all these different dreams that these people had. And I'm like, why didn't you people just pull the trigger, man? People, why didn't you pull that trigger? Why? Don't get me wrong, post offices, it was cool. It was a nice little gig, but it was just, I've seen too many people with too many knee replacements. I've seen two supervisors pass away. One guy had some type of cancer. Another lady had aneurysm and all that stuff. And I've seen all type of knee replacements and elbow replacements. I'm like, you guys out here getting beat down for this money. But it's so funny. The day I resigned, the last day I was about to leave, everybody came to me, gave me hugs, and everybody's giving me their story of how they wanted to do what I was doing, but they were too scared. I'm like, wow, wow. So you know what? Maybe me rolling out, maybe hopefully it gave somebody encouragement to start that business, that food truck or whatever it is. And this is all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get fathers to recognize who you are. You have a purpose of existence. You are here for a reason. You're not anybody's tool, but you have to discover yourself. You have to discover your worth. You have to discover that purpose. Nobody else is going to do it for you. It doesn't matter how stupid some may look. Okay, if I do this, certain people going to look. Guess what, guys? Ladies too, but guys, if people are talking about you, play this. If you are afraid that people are going to talk about you, 9 times out of 10, they've been talking about you. They're already talking about you. If you're afraid that somebody's going to say something, then they probably are saying something. That's one like. Listen, I just didn't care anymore. Even me being in Atlanta, leaving, I had to leave, left everything back in Maryland, house, had to leave my children, everything. Well, if I told you guys this particular podcast, but listen, my car got repoed, so don't have a vehicle, all that stuff. So I'm starting from scratch. I'm pretty sure people back my hometown, people back in DC, Maryland, Virginia, probably all this and 12. Well, what is he doing? Trying to chase a dream and blah blah blah, and you just gonna up and leave and this that, and the third. Like I told my children, listen, babies, there's nothing going on for me here in Maryland. There's nothing going on for me here. I can sit here and keep playing the game. I can do what the elders did, the man before me did, and just stick around for my kids and this, that, and the third. But I'm not gonna be in a dead situation. I'm not gonna let my dreams die trying to appease people. If I gotta piss people off, then so be it. I will piss a whole bunch of people off, but I'm not gonna sit there and live my life, I say vicariously through somebody else. No, I'm going to be the greatest version of me. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to listen. Me chasing dreams is going to piss people off, then so be it. If me chasing the dream is going to piss you off, then I'm going to piss you the off. Gentlemen, I don't care anymore. And neither should you. Neither should you. Out here drifting. We got to stop drifting and be about purpose, gentlemen. Establish a SOP and a vision for yourself. There's something that you're here to do. You're not just what do you say? You're not just some jigaboo. I don't care what part of the world you're in. You're here for something. And if the people in your community or society, whatever your culture, I don't know, are not in agreement with it, okay, then it is what it is. You're gonna have to make that hard cut then. They're not gonna change. You gotta change. Once again, if all these people are going this way, are you gonna follow them too, or are you gonna go a different way? The choice is yours, gentlemen. But while you figuring that out, you should not be making any type of family. While you trying to figure all that stuff out, you should not be trying to make any type of family with anybody until you figure yourself out. Until you done your soul search, until you know for a shadow of a doubt, this is what I'm here to do. This is what and the thing is, it's not necessarily just finding it, but it's actually standing on it. Because it's one thing to have a dream, right? The dream, the purpose dream. It's one thing to have it in your mind and it's another thing to manifest it. Oh, my bad. My bad. Hit the wrong button. Anyways, but yeah, gentlemen, it's one thing to do the soul searching, to figure it out what you're here to do, and it's another thing to manifest it. That's a whole different part of courage, right? That's a whole different part of your development as a man, as a father, especially as a father, as a man. That's a whole different ball game. Cause you can figure out, okay, I like doing this, I like doing this and this, and there's something. There's everybody has some type of something, but to separate yourself from the people that's in your particular group, like society, community, whatever, to separate from them and to create the thing, to create your reality, a new reality, gentlemen, that's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different ball game. That's to me that takes more. It takes more guts. I'm not gonna say takes more. Right. It takes guts. That's I'm gonna leave it like that. Because you can have a dream in your mind, you can have all these different things going through your mind, but gentlemen, until you actually put the work in to manifest that type of thing that was in your head, gentlemen, you on a whole different level. But guess what? It can be done. I'm trying to get you gentlemen to stand on solid ground. You are the solid ground, not the people that you're used to. Not these people and not your colleagues and not buddy over here. No, no, gentlemen. It starts with you. You are the foundation. Start a new community, start a new trend, start a new something, gentlemen. That takes the courage. That takes courage. Starting something new that other people just aren't doing, just creating something that people haven't even thought about, gentlemen. That's a different type of courage right there. But it can be done. It can be done. And it should be done. Every man needs to hear this message. Listen, until you done that soul searching and you're starting to manifest that thing, yeah, you shouldn't create no family. I'm speaking from experience because listen, if I would tell the younger me this message, that that over a decade I spent with my ex, I told myself, man, don't marry her, don't marry her. You haven't figured yourself out yet. You went from going to the club with your homeboys and all these dudes, and now you about to flip over, and now you about to get in a serious relationship with this female. So you were drifting all these 5 years with them. Now you're gonna switch over and you're gonna spend what? You spent 5 years with them and you're gonna spend what, how many years with her doing the same thing? I told myself, any young guy out there, listen, tell me, if you haven't found yourself yet, there's no reason for you to get married. If you haven't found out your purpose of your existence or why you even here, you should not be getting married to any type of female. I don't care how many degrees you got. I don't care what degrees. I don't care how much money you got in your pocket. If you don't even know who you are and what you've been put here to do, leave that female alone. You shouldn't be dealing with any type of females if you in that type of state of mind. You're going to know. I'm gonna say it again. It's unfair to her. It's unfair to you. It's gonna be unfair to your future children. You haven't even found your worth, which basically makes you worthless. And you're gonna put that worthless seed into this woman. She's gonna bring forth your children, and you're gonna teach them what? How to be worthless. Chase a bag. Chase, chase, chase. Go, go, go. Do this, do that, do this, do that. Wind blow, wind blow, wind blow. Over here, up there, up, down, all around. You a transformer, huh? You gonna teach your children these worthless lessons? Worthless lessons? I know cats still older than me, still worthless. See, I'm 41. I know cats 20 years, 30 years, hell, even 40 years older than me, still worthless. Still don't know what you're doing. Same old, same old. My daddy did this, and my great granddaddy did this, and you're following the same footsteps. So who's gonna break the generational curse of worthlessness? So your daddy was a tool, your granddaddy was a tool, your great granddaddy, because all them were tools. If you don't know your worth, then you're going to turn into a tool. I need for you gentlemen to understand that. If you don't understand what your worth is, you're going to turn into somebody's tool. You're going to turn into somebody's tool because you're worthless as far as mentally. But hey, listen, you got the physical attributes too. Somebody gonna find something for you to do. Mentally, yeah, you're worthless. But physically, oh man, oh, we can't let that go to waste. Oh snap, you got them jeans and da da da. Yeah, oh yeah, women, you gonna be going to just like me, going to clubs, doing all types of dumb stuff. Just wasting money doing this, doing that. Oh yeah. Just thankfully, I not. I'm thankful I didn't have any children out of wedlock. But man, listen, I'm pretty sure that man, as much wild stuff I was doing, gentlemen, man, it's like man, it's crazy because back in Japan, man, I was locked in. Gentlemen, I was locked in. I knew what I wanted to do. Boom, I had found what I wanted to do. I was locked in, ready to go hard in the paint. Made a mistake and called them people, my folks, these people back in upstate New York. Worst mistake I made. Should have just went to Tokyo and just let them know, hey, I'm in Tokyo, figuring things out. I will get at you when I get at you. That's what I should have did, but I didn't. It is what it is. It's like you going on 16 years ago. It is what it is. That's life. It's life. Now that I don't. Sometimes you say, man, if I would have stayed in Japan, but then again, I might not have been ready for that. That type of maybe I wasn't ready for that just yet. I had to live a little bit. I had to experience some things a little bit to get to the place where I am at now, where I'm by myself, creating my own reality. 26 year old me, hell, I don't know. Hey, maybe I couldn't. I don't know. That time is come and gone. It is what it is. But I'm here by myself, creating the reality that I desire. Because I know the purpose of what I'm here for, and I'm doing it, and I'm sharing it with you, gentlemen. This is part of my purpose. Getting you, gentlemen, getting you fathers back on track and not being somebody's tool and in somebody's toolbox. I want you to have worth. I want you to know your worth. But you have to do soul searching, gentlemen. You're going to have to make those cuts. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You're going to have to make those cuts. You got to cut those friends. You got to cut those family members. You got to cut these people. You got to cut. Maybe you need to your lifestyle. You might have to do a lifestyle change. There's plenty of things that you're gonna have to do, but gentlemen, it'd be worth it in the end. I'm not. Once again, I don't want to tell anybody to abandon your family at all. But we gonna get that into that's gonna be another episode. I don't want. Oh, what you just saying? I just should leave everybody. I'm not saying that, but you are a man at the end of the day, at the beginning and end of the day. You're going to have to make those cuts. Those cuts are going to have to come. Sorry, friends. Sorry, family. You might not make this trip with me. It is what it is. You might not make that trip with me. And it's okay. It's okay. Because you think about it. Think about the people where you're from or your society, your community, whoever culture, nation, ethnic. I don't know. Look at those people. Just watch these people. These people want you to follow in their direction. So just watch them. Just stand back and look at your. Just go outside one day and just look around you. Is your environment conducive to growing, or you just see the same old, same old? Just like me when I was growing up, I just seen the same old, same old, same old. My little upstate New York town looked like it was just getting worse and worse. I'm like, wow, is anything gonna change? No, nothing's gonna change. Only thing that was gonna change was me relocating. Same thing with you, gentlemen. Sometimes your situation, where you're from or what you're used to, what you're comfortable with, may not ever change. You're going to have to be the change in your scenario. The change don't come from the outside. Change comes from you, gentlemen. Things don't change, now I'm going to change. No, no, I change so I can create the change. Uh-oh. I become the change inside so I can create the change on the outside. It's not the other way around. Things don't change on the outside, then it's going to cause you to change. No, no, no. You are the change in that particular wherever you are, and you present that change to the outside world. And if the outside world rejects it, then guess what? You're going to have to possibly change address, change state, change whatever. I tell people all the time, you don't have to be loyal to a bunch of losers. Uh-oh. People are rolling around in mediocrity. Those are losers. And I don't care who these people are to you. Yeah, these people are cool with the mediocrity. They're cool with the mundane, everyday, the rigmarole, whatever. And that's your life, and this is what's going to be. Okay, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't have to be loyal to you and your mediocrity. I don't join you. I tell men all the time, it's only two things that's going to happen, gentlemen. You have to make a decision. Am I going to lead these people or am I going to leave these people? Just rewind that. You're either going to lead these people. If these people are on your program, you found yourself, you found the purpose, all that good stuff. These people are on your frequency pathway, whatever. If they rocking with you, cool. Then you lead those people. But if they're not, then you leave those people, and you create your reality. You create your new reality somewhere else. That's how life works. I don't have to be in with you. I don't have to be with the cool kids. This is not a big high school or a middle school. I don't have to be in with you to be cool with you, to be seen as some type of cool person. I don't care about that stuff. Who cares? Who cares? When people talk about greatness, man, when you talk about greatness, greatness to me is people that have separated and created a new reality somewhere else. That's greatness to me. When people are operating in that type of mindset, yeah, now you're talking about greatness. Somebody who was not afraid to be themselves. Somebody who separated from what was normal in your society and you created something different, possibly somewhere else. That's greatness. Or that's one aspect of greatness. You gotta have courage. You gotta have courage. To be in your purpose, you're gonna have to have courage to stand up to what's these old what was old. You're gonna have courage. You got to. Being in purpose takes courage. It takes courage to walk away from what you're used to, what you're comfortable with, and people that are comfortable with you. Because when people get comfortable, believe me, people don't want you growing. People don't want you operating in purpose because they're comfortable with you. They're comfortable with you being comfortable. They're comfortable with you being at a certain level. See, as long as you are in this whatever box they try to put you in, they're cool with that. But once you get outside that box, you start doing something else. All of a sudden, you see people. Oh, they're trying. Okay, what's going on with my cousin? What's going on with the mom and dad? What's going on, brother, sister? Everybody's. Why's everybody spazzing out? What's going on? See, gentlemen, that's what happens. It's like oil and water. Oil and water ain't gonna. It's not gonna mix. Oil and water is not gonna mix. If you on that water frequency and they're on the oil frequency, gentlemen, you can't, you'll never blend in with them. You'll always be separated. You'll always be separated. But anyways, that's my show. I've been running my mouth 50 minutes, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody. Give yourself. Yeah, man, I appreciate everybody. Especially you gentlemen here today. Hopefully you just took my words and you guys apply it to your life. You gentlemen should not be making families if you have not discovered yourself. If you have not discovered the purpose of why you even exist, you should never put your seed into any female, period. You have not found your worth, which means you're worthless. And you're going to take that worthless seed and put it into another female, and you're going to bring forth worthless children into this world. Sorry, not sorry. That's the cold hard truth. You haven't found your worth. You haven't done the cord cutting. You haven't separated from what's mediocre. You just out here just drifting like I was for all them years, and you become worthless. You become somebody's tool. Spin around in circles and this and that, gentlemen. Doing all types of stuff, gentlemen. Yes. You don't want to give that worthless seed to anybody. Discover yourself. Find yourself. Do some soul searching. Cut the cords with the people around you that's not on your frequency, people that's not rocking with you. Once again, you're going to lead or you're going to leave. Make your decision, make your choice. Anyways, man, that's my show. I appreciate everybody on today. Hey, good people. Hey, once again, check this out. Your boy 12. If you guys don't know, let me pull this up for you. Let me just get out of here. Hey, I got merchandise. Merchandise. Hey, check out my website. I got merchandise. Stuff I've been working on. I got new stuff coming out all the good time. Hey, go to my merchandise. Get some merch from me. I'm gonna put this up here. Put the Father with a Dream. I got you see the logo on the right hand side. I'm gonna put these t-shirts out. I got a couple other things that I'm working on, man. But yeah, you guys come by, show some love to my merchandise page and all that good stuff. Yeah, man. Gentlemen, once again, find yourself. Before you create a family, find yourself. Find yourself. Plain and simple. Find yourself. But hey, that's it. That's my time. I appreciate everybody. You guys have a good night. I'm out. Peace.